Hey there, how's it going? Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video. Instead of me just yapping and yipping and yapping around on whatever I can think of, there's a little more purpose to this video. It's to kind of reflect on how I did in my interview. Um, last week, today's Thursday, so yeah, exactly 1 week ago, I I was interviewed for this role at work, this non-production chemist role. I didn't get the job, but just wanted to do some reflection, see what I did, or just kind of point out what I did wrong or what I did poorly. And I guess the reason I'm really doing this is because tomorrow, on the 20th, they were nice enough to kind of set up a time to talk about how I did on the interview, what I did good, what I did bad. So it's gonna be kind of nice to just compare what I saw was wrong to what they may have saw was wrong. And this is gonna be basically what I did poorly. I mean, hopefully have some good words tomorrow, but we'll see. First off, there's a question on mistakes and like how you made that mistake and what you did to solve it, and then how did you solve it in a way that prevents that mistake from ever happening again, kind of thing. That I got destroyed on that question. I had such a bad answer. Like I literally had to, when I got to that question, I just literally told him, like, Kubi, come back to that question, you know. Oh, maybe there's something I'm thinking of, but I can't think of it right now. I had nothing. It was such a bad bullshit answer. So for future reference, think about what mistakes you've done and how you've helped them, you know. How are you improving that process? If there was something that really stood out in that mistake that was really stupid, whether it's from what I did or what it was like in the instructions or something, you know. But that was a really bad one. And on that, I need to be more confident in bullshitting answers, because when I was giving that, it was so bad. Like, oh, when I tell you that anyone could just see right through that. And I need to be better at bullshitting, because I'm confident when there's a question I can, you know, answer, like, oh yeah, I can undo this, you know, I know these skills, blah 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 blah. But when it's a question that I guess I get stumped on, I just need to learn how to bullshit. If I'm giving a bullshit answer, I need to learn how to bullshit confidently. I can't be just like talking like this, you know, I like did this, but it didn't really do that. I need to be like, I did this, it's really blah 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 because of this, but then I ended up doing this. Not like I did this, but like, and I was blah blah blah, and then blanking out, and then horrible. I need to get better at bullshitting. And then next, there was a question about TMI, which is like trace metals impurity testing, and if I have any experience with that. I don't have experience with that, but I should have answered it in a way, maybe in like a question sort of thing, where I'm like, I don't have experience with that, but like, what kind of skills are necessary for that? And I know that there's a lot of data analysis with that, so I could have worked off of like, I don't have experience with TMI testing, but I have, you know, during my research in college, I dealt with a lot of exam grades or, you know, dealt with a large data set and organized this data set, ran through it, did statistical analysis, yada yada yada. Instead of just giving them, just saying no, kind of expanding on the skills that are used in said skill. I guess, what do you call that? I don't know what you call that, but just seeing what I have and how those kind of can be used for the TMI testing that I don't have experience, what I have experience with, how that can be applied here. And then there was a question on like how I learn and like what's the best way for me to learn. My answer was kind of rambly, kind of just like, I like to do the thing myself, but then I also like having another person, yada yada. It's like the first bit of it is like fine, like but it's just I need some evidence to back it up. Like I gave a client, I say something like, I like working alone. I like getting my hands in there to actually see what I can do before I go to talk to somebody. I need an actual example of that, whether it's in the lab or from a different experience, like research or whatever. Need to back up my claims pretty much, is what that's about. And then lastly, not knowing when to just end my answer. There were a couple times where I was just rambling, or I'd give an answer, then I'd go, it'd be a decent answer, you know, but then I would just add on a little more, then just a little more, just little, and it's just kind of diluting my answer. Like my answer is fine, but with all the extra stuff I just added there was unnecessary, and now I look worse off, I guess, you know. It's just like I just diluted my own answer. For what? But yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of feedback I'm gonna get tomorrow. Hopefully there's some good stuff in there. Like I said in my previous, it wasn't a horrible, bad interview. It was just a pretty mediocre interview. But again, I didn't take it as seriously because I'm now in a PhD. I'm now accepted to a PhD program, so there was less on the line. But things to look on, and I'm curious about tomorrow. But that's all. Different video, less yapping about whatever, more focused on a single topic. But anyways, hope you have a good one. I'll see you later.